Hockey fans, a silent standoff is unfolding in Vancouver, one that could shape not just the Canucks' blue line, but the trajectory of their franchise for years to come. As contract negotiations between rising star Tom Willander and Canucks management stretch well into a second month, both sides find themselves dug in, and the stakes are growing by the day. Why is this saga about a young defenseman sparking such heated debate? And why should you pay attention? Because Willander isn't just any prospect. He's a right-shot defenseman, one of the rarest and most coveted pieces in the modern NHL. Tonight, we break down why Willander's scarcity is his greatest bargaining chip, how supply and demand are driving up his value, and what Vancouver risks if this impasse lingers. So stay with us until the end for fresh insights and a closer look at a negotiation that every passionate hockey fan should watch. Inside the contract impasse, what's really at stake? Let's start with the heart of the issue. Tom Willander, selected 11th overall, is considered one of the Canucks' most promising prospects in years. But while most top picks are signed quickly, Willander's deal is stuck, not because of contract length or headline salary, but over performance bonuses. Both Willander and Canucks president Jim Rutherford have gone public, confirming they can't agree on what level of bonuses are fair. Vancouver insists Willander should get the same entry-level package that last year's 11th overall pick, Sam Dickinson, received from the San Jose Sharks. But Willander believes he deserves a little more. And as we'll see, he's got good reason. Supply, demand, and the rarity of right-shot defense. Why is Willander's position so critical? The answer is simple: supply and demand. The NHL, at its core, is an economic ecosystem. There's a chronic, league-wide shortage of quality right-shot defensemen. While teams can easily find forwards who shoot left or right, or even left defensemen, true right-side blue liners are much less common, thanks to how human-handedness works. Roughly 90% of people are right-handed. However, most right-handed individuals grow up playing the left side, where stick handling feels more natural. That leaves the talent pool for right-shot defensemen, players who shoot right and play the right side, remarkably thin. When it comes to building a solid NHL defense core, this scarcity drives up both the value and the leverage of players like Willander. Why draft position is only part of the picture? Vancouver's front office argues that, since Willander and Dickinson were both drafted 11th overall, their bonuses should be identical. Here's where things get nuanced, and why Willander's agents are fighting. First, not all picks are created equal. Dickinson is a left-shot defenseman, and as we've established, those are far more common. Willander, as a natural righty, is not just filling a typical top-four role. He's addressing what could be the single greatest area of need for the Canucks and many teams across the NHL. Take a quick scan through league rosters, and you'll see the evidence. Many teams can barely muster one quality right-shot defender, let alone. The list of genuine top 64 NHL right-shot defensemen is shockingly. Often, players outside that true top four mold find themselves playing bigger minutes, simply because there's nobody else to fill the gap. That's why Willander's value can't, and shouldn't, be tethered solely to his draft. Vancouver's defensive situation demands a custom approach, not a one-size-fits-all contract. Why the Canucks need Willander now, not. Willander's leverage isn't just about league-wide scarcity. It's about Vancouver's own depth chart, one that's perilously thin on the right. Let's look at the facts. The Canucks have a true top-pairing right-shot defenseman in Filip Hronek, who cost them a major asset, Bo Horvat. Tyler Myers, another righty, is 35 and nearing the end of his career, with a massive contract that likely won't be renewed at the same. Beyond that, prospects like Victor Mancini, Jet Wu, and Cole McWard are either not NHL ready or have unclear futures. None project as obvious top four replacements in the To underline the issue, Vancouver often had to force young left-shot prospects to play an imperfect stopgap solution. If the Canucks can't lock down Willander and bring him into the pro rank, there simply isn't no quick-fix trade or free agent signing is likely to land an equivalent blue chip. That reality makes Willander uniquely valuable both now and for the foreseeable future. What sets Willander apart? Skill? Readiness? It's not just theory. Willander's actual game more than justifies his. Scouts and commentators widely predict he's NA, with the potential to play top 4 minutes as soon as none. His mobility, hockey sense, and composure under pressure are exactly what coach. More importantly, Willander hasn't shown any signs of slipping or stagnation. If anything, his stock has only climbed since. For a Canucks franchise determined to move forward and reinvent its identity, he represents both the future and a vital present. Think about the consequences. If Vancouver lets Willander walk or delays his development, they risk falling even further behind the league's top defensive units. And with the 15th overall pick in the next draft likely to be used elsewhere, the pipeline is thin. That's why every month of delay increases the urgency to find ground. The power of bargaining. Economics meet emotion, while performance. Bonuses may sound like small add-ons. They're symbolic of how much a team values a player's trajectory. What Willander and his camp are really asking is a homegrown, plug-and-play top 4 RD, maybe even a future top-pairing star, worth a little extra? When you remember that even league-average right-shot defenders can command significant contract time, the answer leans heavily toward yes. Look around the NHL. Teams aren't just paying for what players have done, they're paying for what they could become, especially when those players fill hard-to-find roles. From a Canucks perspective, paying a bit extra in performance bonuses is a small price to secure a solution that could impact the team's fortunes for the better part of a decade. What's next? Can Vancouver wait? At the time of this report, neither side appears ready to blink. The Canucks want to hold the line on precedent and contain costs. Willander's camp is leveraging rarity, projected impact, and Vancouver's desperate need for a game-changer. What happens if the standoff continues? Vancouver could lose both time and goodwill, risking a public rift with a crucial. But if they move decisively and creatively, there's a chance to sign Willander in camp, giving fans hope, management flexibility, and the roster much-needed stability. Tom Willander's contract drama is more than just dollars and cents. It's a test of how the Canucks value rarity, potential, and the future of their blue line. Should Vancouver hold firm or make the bold move? What do you think Willander is works? Would you bend the rules for a rare right-shot defenseman, or do you see this as? Let your voice speak. Drop your thoughts and debates in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this deep dive into the business side of hockey, don't forget to like. Your insights help shape the conversation around our team's future, so get involved, stay informed, and, as always, keep your passion for hockey alive.